So we've talked a little bit about Tara in general and the different classification systems for the study of Tara. And then we've talked a little bit more at length about white Tara and the classifications of that system. Now, we're just going to look at red Tara a little bit. Red Tara is really can be categorized into three different areas. The first is the 21 Taras again. The second is miscellaneous Taras, and then the third is Tara Kurukulla. We're talking about it as one thing, Tara, one deity or one class of deities, Tara Kurukulla. So, with the 21 Taras, again, we have the two systems of Surya, Gupta, and Atisha. Now, depending on where the art is coming from in the Himalayas or Tibet, and what tradition of painting style, be it Menri, Khenri, New Menri, Kamri in East Tibet, then you can paint the different Taras slightly different colors depending on what pigments you have. So with the Surya Gupta, with some examples you can have 5 red figures. Other examples you can have 6 or even 7. And this is also the same with Mongolia and Mongolian variations. It also depends on interpretation of the Tibetan words in the text, because they're not always so clear just to say red, just to say marpo. They could say markya or marnak, or they have different words for different shades which can appear over time. Maybe they were more red 200 years ago or 300 years ago, but maybe the pigment has changed a little bit. So it can be difficult for study of iconography and art history when you have pigments changing color. So, with both the Atisha system and the Surya Gupta, there can be slight variations in the number of which deities are red. It's going to take a little more study to try and figure that out completely. Now, the more interesting forms of red Tara are the miscellaneous forms, and there aren't a lot of those. We really only have I would say really 3. We have the Sakya, what's called the Sakya tradition, because again it comes mainly from Sakya Pandita, and he received it from Shakyashri Bhadra. It's a one-faced, two-armed form of red Tara. In her right hand she holds a Vajra hook, and in her left she holds a flower blossom, and peaceful in appearance, but often depicted with 3 eyes. Now, the second one is a Nyingma Revealed tradition, and it comes out of Dzigar. It's a Dzigar Terton, and it's almost identical to the Sakya form. Red, seated, holding a hook in the right hand, flower in the left. Now, the thing is, though, is we do find a lot of more art of the Dzigar tradition, because it's very popular in East Tibet, especially in the 19th century. 19th, early 20th century. Now, the third of the miscellaneous forms that we find in art is the Ishvara Uddiyana Tara. Now, this is an early form. This is from 1,000 years ago or more. This is coming out of the early compendiums out of India. And we find it in a lot of the larger collections of sadhana practices. The Uddiyana Tara is wrathful, 4 faces, 8 arms, 2 legs in a dancing posture. And we do find this usually as a secondary figure, actually. Now, the third category is the Tara Kurukulla. We have several forms of Kurukulla that are directly associated with Tara. But we also have other forms of Kurukulla that are not associated with Tara, that come out of Tantra such as the Vajra Tantra. So we have to be careful with Kurukulla in that we have to understand it where Kurukulla cannot simply be a power manifestation of Tara, but is rather a category where Tara can manifest as Kurukulla as a power manifestation, or other deities such as Vajra can be manifesting as Kurukulla. So we have to be a little bit more nuanced and careful when dealing with Kurukulla. But these are the three categories for red Tara. The red Taras from the 21 Tara systems, the miscellaneous Taras, and then the Tara Kurukulla. Those are the three.